What if someone could vanish without a trace? Even in a world full of radar, witnesses, and constant surveillance. One moment they're there, and the next, nothing. No clear evidence, no confirmed answers, just silence where life used to be. From a long-distance flight that never reached its destination, to a child who disappeared during a quiet evening, to a man who walked into a crowded room and seemingly never walked out again. These are the kinds of cases that defy logic and still haunt investigators decades later. Tonight on Mysteries with Heather, we're counting down the top 5 most mysterious disappearances ever recorded. And the deeper you look, the stranger it gets. Number 5. Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was one of the most famous pilots in the world and a symbol of courage and adventure during the early days of aviation. In 1937, she set out on an ambitious mission to become the first woman to fly around the world. Along with her navigator Fred Noonan, Earhart successfully completed much of the journey and was nearing the final stages of the trip when disaster struck. On July 2, 1937, while attempting to reach the tiny Howland Island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, radio transmissions from Earhart became increasingly desperate. She reported having difficulty locating the island and running low on fuel. Her final known messages suggested that she was flying back and forth searching for land, but then all communication abruptly stopped. The U.S. government launched one of the largest and most expensive search operations of the era, covering thousands of square miles of ocean, yet no confirmed trace of Earhart, Noonan, or their aircraft was never found. Over the decades, countless theories have emerged. Some believe the plane crashed into the ocean and sank into the depths that remain unreachable even today. Others suggest the pair may have survived for a time on a remote island before eventually perishing. Despite numerous expeditions and investigations, no theory has been proven beyond doubt. Nearly 90 years later, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart remains one of the most enduring mysteries in aviation history, leaving the world wondering what truly happened during those final moments over the Pacific Ocean. Number 4. Madeleine McCann. In 2007, Madeleine McCann vanished from an apartment in Praia, Portugal, in a case that would become one of the most heavily investigated missing child disappearances in modern history. She was just 3 years old and vacationing with her family in a resort complex that was considered relatively safe and tourist-friendly. On the night she disappeared, Madeleine and her younger siblings were left asleep in a ground-floor apartment while her parents and friends dined at a nearby restaurant within walking distance. They checked on the children periodically throughout the evening. When her mother returned for another routine check, she noticed something immediately off. The bedroom window was open, the shutters appeared disturbed, and Madeleine was gone from her bed. What followed was a rapidly escalating emergency response that drew in Portuguese police, British investigators, forensic teams, and eventually international agencies. The apartment and surrounding resort were searched extensively, Nearby roads were combed, and coastal areas were examined under the theory that an abduction or accidental death might have occurred. Early hours of the investigation were crucial, but also chaotic, with potential evidence, contamination, and shifting accounts from witnesses complicating the timeline. Over time, investigators explored numerous theories, included abduction by a stranger, involvement of a coordinated criminal network, or scenarios involving accidental harm followed by concealment. Despite one of the largest and most publicized missing person investigations ever conducted in Europe, no definitive physical evidence has ever been recovered that explains what happened inside that apartment that night. Over the years, multiple suspects have been named, questioned, and cleared, and the case has continued to be revisited with new leads and forensic reviews. Yet the central question remains unchanged and unanswered. How did a child vanish from a locked apartment in a crowded resort area without a trace? And what really happened in those final moments before silence took over? Number 3. D.B. Cooper. In 1971, a man using the alias D.B. Cooper boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 wearing a dark suit and carrying a briefcase. Shortly after takeoff, he passed a note to a flight attendant claiming he had a bomb, then calmly outlined his demands: $200,000 in cash and parachutes. After the plane landed in Seattle and his demands were met, he released the passengers but ordered the crew to fly toward Mexico at low altitude and slow speed. Somewhere over the stormy forests of the Pacific Northwest, he opened the rear stairs of the aircraft and jumped into the night wearing a parachute. He disappeared into heavy rain. Despite one of the largest manhunts in FBI history, no confirmed identity was ever established. Years later, a small portion of the ransom money was discovered along the Columbia River, but it did little to clarify whether he survived the jump or perished in the wilderness. Every theory, from trained military escapee to fatal miscalculation, remains unproven, and the case stands as the only unsolved skyjacking in U.S. history. Number 2. Jimmy Hoffa. In July of 1975, Jimmy Hoffa disappeared under circumstances so mysterious that his name has become closely associated with unsolved disappearances. Hoffa was one of the most powerful labor leaders in America, serving as president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters and wielding enormous influence over millions of workers across the country. However, his career was also surrounded by controversy, including allegations of corruption and connection to organized crime figures. On the day he vanished, Hoffa left his home to attend what was supposed to be a meeting with individuals believed to have ties to the mafia at a restaurant in suburban Detroit. Witnesses reported seeing him waiting in the parking lot, growing increasingly frustrated as the people he expected to meet never appeared. Sometime that afternoon, he simply vanished. His car was later found in the parking lot, but Hoffa himself was nowhere to be found. Investigators quickly suspected foul play, believing he may have been lured into another vehicle and murdered. Over the decades, countless theories have emerged. Some claim he was buried beneath a stadium, while others insist he was cremated, hidden in concrete, or disposed of in a remote wilderness area. Numerous alleged mob informants have come forward with conflicting stories, leading authorities to search farms, fields, warehouses, and construction sites across multiple states. Yet, despite decades of FBI investigations, extensive searches, and endless speculation, no verified remains have ever been discovered. More than 50 years later, what happened to Jimmy Hoffa after he stood in that parking lot remains one of the most famous and baffling unsolved mysteries in American history. Number 1. Natalee Holloway. On the evening of May 29, 2005, 18-year-old Natalee Holloway was enjoying one of the final nights of a graduation trip to Aruba with more than 100 classmates from Alabama. Friends described Natalee as outgoing, intelligent, and excited about her future as she prepared to attend college in the fall. That night, the group spent time at restaurants and local hotspots before eventually gathering at a popular nightclub called Carlos and Charlie's. Witnesses recalled seeing Natalee laughing, dancing, and socializing with friends throughout the evening. As the night came to an end in the early morning hours of May 30th, she was seen leaving the nightclub with Joran van der Sloot and 2 local brothers. Several witnesses later reported seeing the group together outside the club, but what happened after they left remains one of the biggest mysteries in modern true crime. When Natalee failed to return to her hotel room and missed her scheduled flight home later that day, concern quickly turned into a massive international search effort. Investigators would spend years untangling conflicting witness statements, changing stories, and alleged confessions, all while Natalee's family desperately searched for answers. Although major developments would emerge years later, the events that unfolded after Natalee left the nightclub continue to spark debate and speculation. Did everyone involved tell the whole truth about that night, or does the full story remain hidden behind secrets that have never been completely uncovered? The mystery of Natalee Holloway continues to captivate the world, leaving many to wonder what really happened in those final hours before she vanished without a trace. As we reach the end of today's video, these mysterious disappearances leave us with one unsettling truth. Some questions may never be answered. Behind every case is a real person and a family still searching for the truth. Thank you for joining me on Mysteries with Heather. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and share your theories in the comments. Until next time, stay curious and keep searching for the truth.